Well, hello, rail friends. Thanks for being with Casey and I here at the next crossing. And we appreciate you hanging out with us today. And by the way, today is April 13th. Yep, today is April 13th, 2025. And you say, Mike, why does it matter? Because we are live, everybody. What you see is what's happening right here, right now at Old Wauhatchie Pike Crossing, where we are on the CSX joint line. Where NS, CSX, UP, BNSF, you'll see all of that run right behind me on the two tracks closest to me. They are CSX controlled tracks, and we have just a couple rules. One, have fun. Two, the scanner talks, I stop. Now you are going to hear locomotives in the background. We are right across the street from the CSX Wauhatchie Yard, where they are actively switching, building, and moving trains around on the other side of that tree line. You'll be able to see a little bit behind us. You'll hear the yard on the scanner along with all the activity here on the line. The lower track down is the AGS, Norfolk Southern, goes on down to Birmingham, through Trenton and beyond. So, we have a set of control lights up top. That way is Chattanooga. Basically, this is considered north-south for the CSX, and north being on to Nashville. These tracks will take you on out to Bridgeport, and after Bridgeport, Stevenson, where they split. CSX then goes on up to Cowan and Nashville, and at the Hotel Depot combination there in Stevenson, the Memphis West End line begins, where NS will go across to Huntsville and then over to Decatur, Alabama. We're right here on that side of the signal arm when it comes down, and anytime Interstate 24 has an issue, which we're only about a mile or so away, everybody gets detoured this way. So you're going to see lots of license plates from all over the country behind me here probably the next couple hours while we're here. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Like I said, have fun, interact. I will with you as well. I got to find a part for the umbrella, not sure where it is. I've got to find that. We got the scanner on, so we're good there. Don't know of anything special coming. Just another fun day. Rail fanning live right here at Old Wauhatchie Pike. I think that catches you up with me. So let's sit back and get ready. Have a good time and listen to the scanner. Let's see what we catch first. You never know. Just had a coal train that left a few moments ago. He was sitting right there when we went live. So it's kind of like fishing or buying Cracker Jacks. You know there's fish, you know there's a prize, you just don't know what kind of fish or what the prize is or how far it's down in the box or the fish you're gonna bite. So let's have a good time, you guys and gals. We appreciate all of you being here on Rail Moments. And like I said, feel free, call up a friend, tell them to chat. If they're not subscribed, ask them to do so. That way they'll get notification anytime we go live. So we're going to watch the crossing, listen to the scanner, and I'm going to look for my missing part for a moment.
dispatch road. White 809. What you got? Well, you ain't going for nothing. Alright, once you get your BTC, okay? The AC, no, I'm ready for you. Guys got a taxi order yet? Get your Bridgeport. Miles through Jay, sure. Let me know and I'll get you one.
Hello, Tony! Tony, everything's good. I'm missing a part to the umbrella, so I'm going to take a moment to look for that to stabilize it. We are here at Old Wauhatchie Pike. We're set up, we're good, we're ready, skater on, and I'm going to take a moment to see if I can find where that part has gone.
What's your car, man? We had a coming out of the 7 track from 461, 615 car. Good, make sure 21 in the shop. Jason, the boys, you got the listener, boys, you gotta go.
And our lower bungalow there, straight center, is along the AGS line, which is our line from Chattanooga down to Birmingham, through Trenton, and on down towards Gadsden. And we do have signal indications just beyond us. Going into Chattanooga, where you have, as you can see, red over red on the right, red over red over red on the left, and a whole string of traffic coming. Anytime Interstate 24 is an issue, you'll see everybody cut through here, because you can be on 24 for hours. So, everybody rolling through here. Give them all a wave as everybody rolls through on their way to bypass 24 here at Old Wauhatchie Pike. And if we get a train, actually I should say when we get a train, they will be lined up. So, we are now ready to roll. We are all set. We are good to go. And everything is in place.
When you can, I'll call me.
Awesome. glad you brought one this way for us.
I tried. There's one set up going the other way.
Oh, okay, awesome. We need one. Okay. All right. You be careful.
Flag north and 11.
Okay.
Flag
Cool.
north south.
The more the merrier. And we've got one coming our way, he said. So, y'all just get relaxed because we're going to have fun right here. Gotta make just a couple adjustments here. Y'all just sit tight, bear with me for a moment. Robert is on the scene, and he brought action with him. Here at Old Wauhatchie Pike at the 145.21. Oh, they're blowing horns at everybody, at each other there. Look out, he just passed him on a yellow line. He wasn't happy. He didn't think the car in front of him was going fast enough, so he just passed on the yellow line. Now that is an example of patience. Told you Robert brought him. 4 on the rear, AC. Get back here before everybody gets across. Here they come, guys. Well, good catch, Brian. I missed that. 4144 with an original logo on. How cool is that, you guys? Like I said, you never know what's in that box of Cracker Jacks. Look at all the folks hanging out with us today. Robert came and everybody came. Robert came, the train came. Feel like I should put a collection bucket out here, maybe.
Well, that's my racket, being a minister.
We're gonna get the bucket and Robert's gonna preach.
Whatever bucket, I get a 10% cut.
A preacher on the take. While it's not hot out today, we do have that radiant heat issue that we're dealing with. And since where we are, nothing is level. So we're gonna adjust just a tad. Y'all bear with me. Good to give you all a little motion sickness here. Y'all don't go nowhere. Just rest comfortable. There. Y'all should feel the shade now. We're restabilized. Down just a tad. And back to the track, where we've got the gate arm right there where you see that cord. We're just on this side of the gate arm, the crossing gate arm, as we watch the folks roll on and we look at the collection of bug catchers. And I'll show that to y'all in just a moment. How you been?
I've been good.
Awesome.
I got that blue tag on 2 tracks.
I got me a stand coming this week, a tripod.
Awesome. You
I
guys
noticed
start
in the ones
filming with us?
I'm still learning. I learn a lot from you and what
Come on,
you
I
do.
get on them angels.
You hang out with us, you can learn all the bad things you possibly can.
Oh man, I'm enjoying. Y'all have made my retirement great so far. Just let me know. I don't want to get in your way or anything. I enjoy
You are
it.
not in my way. You make yourself comfortable. You make yourself calm. If we can't have fun, we're all going to go.
Oh, I'm having fun. Just watching. I just happened to catch y'all accidentally this morning. I went to catch the bird cam out of the cliff and didn't have time to make it to church. I was ready to shave, do some other stuff. I said, well, I'll check the bird cam. And right as I did, I saw y'all were on. I said, I just caught that train coming through.
Yeah, we had a good morning. It was fun. We caught the Sperry inspection car.
Right, yeah, I saw those.
And that was fun. We caught him a couple weeks ago. Well, it's probably a month or so ago. Time goes so fast. And he went the other way. When I first got there this morning, I started to move over to the cemetery. And then it's like, nah, I'm just gonna stay here because you don't get to see the lights over there, the signal control. And we got lucky today when they put him on. He went south on the
Right.
or excuse me, on the Atlanta North District. So it turned out to be a good decision to stay put.
Now, are these two right here CSX?
Yeah, this is the CSX. Most people call it the Joint Line. It's the Chattanooga Sub.
Right.
But these two are controlled by CSX, so they're considered north-south because they're on the CSX track, because the CSX can go north to Nashville. And then these are the tracks that go out to Bridgeport.
Right.
And over along Nickajack, Bridgeport, across the river, and then to Stevenson. Then when you get to Stevenson,
No, but I was learning some things. I'm gonna head that way. I wanted to just see Bridgeport because that was a good broadcast you had
oh,
there.
Bridgeport is just gorgeous. If you don't mind the height,
Right. No.
and you're okay, that walking bridge is an old railroad trestle
Right.
they've redone. It's gorgeous. You walk all the way across the river, and not any further from here to that white mailbox is the CSX line across.
Right.
So you can walk all the way along. At night it's lit. I don't think they close it. I think it's open all the time. I've never seen it closed. And also, there's, when you're up here at the Bridgeport Depot, there's a loop that comes down along the walking pike to where I was. There's also another road that goes up top, and it makes a fun view. From up there, you can see the whole thing from way up, and it's just beautiful, especially in the evening at sunset. Everything's down below you. It's just gorgeous. I love that location.
I wished I could have gotten free to go to Decatur with you because that was good. I enjoyed that.
Well, there's a Rail Fan Appreciation Day coming up in Decatur before too awful long. And then there's also a Rail Fan Day in Cowan and Bridgeport coming up in May.
I know there's one May 12th, and that's somewhere. That's Cowan.
Okay.
He said he couldn't be there.
He's going to try and do, they're going to try and do Bridgeport in the morning and Cowan in the afternoon. We don't know if they're going to open the Bridgeport Depot or not, so we're waiting to find out.
Got it.
And if so, we'll do Bridgeport in the morning and then Cowan in the afternoon. And go to Stevenson. Stevenson is really, oh, we got another one. Stevenson is really, really a cool place. All right, everybody. Get excited, because I am. I try to contain Robert. He's jumping up and down. He's already waving, and the train crew can't even see him yet. But that's what you see right there.
I can see the glare now.
And it is super loud, so cover your ears, because, I mean, they blast here.
That's the one I saw waiting for this one to clear.
round the corner and on the way to Nickajack. After he goes past Whiteside Tunnel. As y'all see, you're under the umbrella due to that radiant heat. Thanks everybody for the thumbs up. Back to the crossing we go as all the folks are detouring off of 24.
Is that the Wauhatchie Yard right over there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the entrance is right down there.
Okay.
There's a siding right in between the AGS and here, and that track's 100 years old that's on that siding. And they still use it.
That is cool.
When you go to Stevenson, it's really, really cool layout because it's got the old depot hotel combination.
Right. I saw some of that.
Yeah, and then the track splits. And literally, I mean, the safety line and a few feet, safety line and a few feet on both sides. I mean, they literally go right to it and split to the left and the right. And I mean, it is right on the track, and it's so cool. There's power there. It's a huge setting, trees, shade, what have you, and you can, where you set, you can see the signals going towards Chattanooga. And at the one end of town, there's this old one-lane steel bridge that goes like this, literally.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's old as Methuselah's, and it rattles and shakes when you go over it, but it's really cool. But there is, even Monday afternoon at 3 o'clock or Monday afternoon at 10 a.m., there is nothing going on in town. I mean, it is just one, nothing, everything is out on 72. So if you don't see humans, it's okay. It's just what it is. But it's super, super historic. And one of the few places that you'll see that. And they decorated just beautiful for Christmas. Oh, check out the bug, you guys. Not the kind you catch in a trap, the kind you drive. Somebody must have taken this crossing out because, as we talked last time we were here, there's the flares, there's car parks of the control arm here, the gate that used to be here with the inappropriate language lays over there in the bushes. And I said there's car parks all over here, along with a part of the arm. Somebody did not have a good night when they took this signal out. So we are hanging out here at the crossing. Robert's here, you guys are here, and everybody's coming off of 24 to wave to us today as we watch the signals. And we were talking about way over there, all along those bushes, in those bushes, is a whole series of different kinds of insect traps. I went up and looked at them, and it says insect traps. And one day when we were here, there was a guy in a yellow vest checking them all last fall. And they're every size and shape and color and dimension, and there's a whole slew of them. They're starting to get a little bit covered up. They've been hanging there for some time, but there's like, I don't know, at least 20 of them all up in there. And like I said, they're every color you can imagine. And there's a big old fancy one. I don't know if it's the official testing spot for how to catch a bug, but I tell you what, you throw something that flies like, and you won't be able to count all the big black flies that show up over there. So if you set up over there in the morning when the sun's behind you to film, do not have anything that they want to eat, or I promise you will be sharing. And I said, the trees have a lot of it covered up, but there are a whole bunch of different styles in there. Triangular, cubical, fancy, one of everything. All right, we're back on the crossing. I'm gonna catch up with y'all on the monitor. And as always, it's windy. Imagine that. We're trackside and there's wind. The dead cat's on, you guys. So hopefully I got that noise cut down for you. And we're just gonna hang out. Invest you in a parachuter.
Yeah.
Super, I mean, you're totally comfortable to staying here all day long. I don't care what the decibels are.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago when I was in Dalton, and they came and I saw what you were talking about. Man, I was about deaf when I got here.
You'll hear that train for the next 8 hours. And you do that for a few times, it's not good for you. But yeah, you'll remember that train all day long. I learned that the hard way. And they're only like, well, when I bought these, I think they're like $15. They're just plain old shooter bus.
Where does the BNS goes to go to Stevenson? I know that line goes to Birmingham.
This is NS runs up here.
Oh, up here? Okay.
Yeah, so
they merge back up there.
Yeah, up there. And then NS will stay on this all the way to Stevenson. The next one they split at Stevenson.
Right.
And NS goes on the Memphis West End.
Okay.
But until then, you'll have UP, BNSF, CSX, and NS all on this, all in the joint line.
Okay.
You sure you don't want a chair? Or you're welcome to sit on the tailgate.
I need to stand. I'm trying to still build up my strength since that surgery I had last fall.
Trey Nut, how are you today, sir? And what are you up to? Let me get caught up with everybody here. Let me turn the light up a little bit on the monitor so I can see the background, because it is 7 shades of bright out here. I see the 8100s inbound on NS 54G coming in on the Knoxville West End. So we're in the wrong spot for that. And as Train Nut pointed out, y'all saw the dust and the water dripping out of that gypsum train bound for Bridgeport. And he dripped water and mud and I guess gypsum all over our railroad track. Look at this. He didn't clean up after himself one bit. That's all just from that last train that we saw go by. He was dripping, he was splashing. Talk about a messy train. But at least he didn't stink like our trash train this morning. But all that dripping came off our gypsum train. Thanks, Brian. And as Brian caught, an original logo on our NS engine that was down on the AGS line earlier. Brian's got both eyes wide open today for us. You're right, Tony. Bunk's Buggy Green. Oh, check out the vet coming. I want one of these for Christmas. There's my ride. I just pick a different color. Maybe he'll just hand over the keys. Wonder if he wants to trade production 6 for that. Some reason I doubt it, but I sure like the idea. Doubt that he will, though. But he's got to keep the payments. I'm not taking the payments. Train Nut thinks that was B488 that just went past us. Home chilling is not a bad plan. They're in the tote truck. Team drivers. One hanging out with the other. Now that that is dried, every time somebody goes by, we get a puff of dust. Yeah, no kidding on the price range, Tony. Whoa. I'd never be able to retire with that payment. Now, for those of you like me that are wondering what is that, every time a train or a car goes across the train tracks there, where it was all splashed with this gypsum. This is what AI says gypsum is. Gypsum is a soft, white, sulfate material that's used in many products, including fertilizer, drywall, and plaster. So, someplace over there in Bridgeport, someone's going to use it to make fertilizer, drywall, or plaster. And I'll bet Brian knows the answer to that question. The person in the gray car is staring at us like we did something. It's Robert with the guilty face. So we have gypsum on the tracks. Somebody's future house just got dripped, and their plaster's going to be a little short. Like a contest, see if you wave, if they'll wave back. Hey, I'm 2 for 2 right there. They look over and say, look at those two fools standing in the sun. They gotta get Robert a sun hat. He got that cowboy look. Sheetrock equals housing. Housing equals payments. They're building a new subdivision just down the road from me, Brian. And they aren't big, massive houses, but 751,000, the sign said on it. It's out in Appleton, there by the Four Corners on Ottawa Ringgold Road. And the sign said, starting as low as 751,000. I thought to myself, what part of that is low? And then I answered myself, none of it. And then I thought, a 30-year mortgage at 751,000? I think I just move in with Brian. Up, 3 for 3 on the waves. The Forerunner gave us a big wave. They got a basketball on their dash. Way over there. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. Other than the bolt. I don't know if we can see it in the trees. There's a train that's over there building. If I move to the right, y'all have to get more of the signal arm, and I don't want to do that to you. Well, hello, John. And hello to you again. Sounds like a title for a song. Hello, John. Here you are again. Gonna get me a chair out. If I put another umbrella up and hold it while I'm sitting in my chair, these folks are gonna wonder, what are they doing? 2 old guys sitting along the track. They must have nothing better to do on a Sunday. Robert, correct me, it's just one old guy, me. Robert just broke 39. Ugh. All right, I am in the official welcoming position. And I have more chairs if you want. Brian, I know you have your meeting tomorrow night, but the other night, let's see, Wednesday night before I had to take my medical hiatus, they were talking about they wanted to do some night filming. So I thought maybe if you wanted, one night after work this week, we could set up the lights over in Stevenson and film into the evening for fun. And that'd be on your way home, so you could catch up, and we just gotta talk Jesse into it. And we'll have ourselves a little trackside taco party and see how many people we can get to come over, and we'll set the lights up over in Stevenson. Think about if you'd like to do that. And we need to plan another trip to Irondale too, Brian.
I wish I could have stayed the other day. That was fun.
Oh, we had a great day. That was so much fun. We had just a fantastic time. Now that I found my card, I put it back. Water and I have unsweet tea if you want either. You sure?
Yeah, I'm really good. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't have to talk about too much sweet tea.
Oh, Jesse. took about 2 swings of that, and he decided he was really flying.
That's great.
I never see a person make a face that bad. Worse than me drinking that colonoscopy stuff. Hey, we got another wave, you guys. We should get us a little count sheet, see how many people we can get to wave back. Those folks up on the backside brow, looking down there saying, look at those guys hanging out down there below. Hey John, that drippy train went. He left us droppings all the way across here. Now every time a car goes across, we get a little puff of dust. Next time I get up out of this low sitting chair, I'll show you the mess he made on our crossing. But I am not getting the broom out. Hey Brian, guess what is the next thing that Production 6 is going to get? Thank goodness for duct tape, or that Crown Vic would be all done. Hey, here comes the sheriff, you guys. Y'all wave to the sheriff. Thanks for your service. Well, that was about a half a wave.
You're too cool.
Said, I'm not even going to fool those two guys along the railroad track. I'm just going to leave them over there. Hey, Brian, this Friday is Easter, Good Friday, Easter weekend. If you want, let's plan for Friday, 2 weeks from now, which would be like 12 days from now, and we'll do a Friday afternoon, Friday evening filming. Hey, there goes Hulcon. He's hauling some railroad staff to and from Hallcon. No, a coffee maker. So we can have K-Cups. Y'all can bring your K-Cups. Since we've got power now on Production 6, we can have coffee trackside in the morning. But that was a good guess. We're doing pretty good on our wave ratio. Oh, the white car, the Chrysler's followed a little close. He's thinking about passing in the double yellow line. Truck's not going to let him, though.
There you go. Get to 146.
Oh, I'll remind you. Now we just got to find a little grill,
935.
and we can make some hamburgers. Hey, Jesse, if you're on, let us know. But we're going to tentatively plan on night filming in Stevenson. Is that... Hey, Tony, no. Take that back on the block. That coffee's good for you.
Yeah, it is.
See, even Robert said so. That's why he stayed 39 for 20 years. Go check out the cool flames on the side. Hey, everybody's waving to that car before I got my hand up. I feel like we should sell some tomatoes or something.
Yeah. I'll be back.
Do what?
I'm gonna go get a candy bar. My blood sugar's dropping.
Okay. I'll be right here when you get back. You be careful. I'll help you back out. Hello, Pike Peak. How are you, sir? You still got your coal train at Long, do you? Close your hatch, Robert.
What?
Close your hatch. All your money's gonna fly out the back. There goes a pretty Denali heavy duty. For those of you that are on with us, Pikes Peak had a coal train that was sitting at Long along with the MOW tie train. And that coal train's still sitting there on track 2 at Long. Just to bring you up to date with what Pikes Peak's talking about. That's a pretty truck. So for Friday the 25th, if the 25th is a Friday, Brian, we're going to plan an evening shoot in Stevenson at the depot. Oh, he's on track 1. No kidding, Pikes Peak. Everybody, good to have y'all on, where we are just chilling like villains at Old Wauhatchie Crossing. That was a pretty Honda.
come out of that trip. There ain't nothing I do. It look good. There ain't nothing I do. Makes me look good. Try. Some obstacles are on. Pretty soon, all them from the mail.
Here goes a pretty yellow Jeep, y'all. Look at all the ducks on the dash. She's got enough ducks, we could use them for hunting season. Uh-oh, I didn't get a wave. Hey, you. How are you? Gotta get them new folks trained. Oh yeah. All right, well you guys be good. I'll see y'all after I drive careful. Everybody, that was Mama Bear. There she goes. And over here, we are still, we'll catch a little, there are our signals here on the joint line, or the Chattanooga Sub Line, Georgia tag. And there is the Rail Moment sign. But we are all regs there. On the signal post. As we look down towards the AGS line. Hey, Ron! How are you? Pikes Peak. He's hanging out at Long there in Apposite. We're hanging out at Old Wauhatchie Pike Crossing. 24 must be backed up again because we've got lots of license plates from everywhere. Robert went to get him a candy bar. Mama Bear's on the way home from work. And April 25th is a Friday. All right, you gonna come join us, Ron? We just gotta hope for no rain and no frost. Whoa, how hot is it in Florida? And what part of Florida? I love Florida until it gets hot. Then the whole state smells like one big dead fish once it gets hot down there. All right, Brian, we'll catch you after a while. Hey, y'all, check out Charger coming. Ooh, that's good looking. There goes CSX Transportation Unit. Pretty snazzy Toyota. Orange Park sounds like a real exotic place full of orange trees and beautiful homes. Are you close to the water? We're doing pretty good on our wave count today. Almost everybody has waved back. Now we just got to get Rod to bring us a train back. I mean, we got to get Robert to bring us a train back. Rod, you send us a train, and Robert, you bring us a train. Rod, what we need to do is have one of these folks do us a train dance. There's a slow approaching Kia Soul. He kind of snuck up on the track, like he didn't want the crossing to see him. Have a nice steady breeze. Kind of cool, just right. Only thing is that radiant sun is so tough on the recording device. Hey everybody, we have a call from Warren. Let me see what's up. Yes, sir. No, Wauhatchie. I was in Cartersville yesterday. Okay. Oh, well, congratulations on the dog and congratulations on the train job interview. You got this. It's a lay down. You're going to be all over that like a coat of paint, my friend. Well, what kind of dog we getting? Well, you gonna go rescue it? Well, that's cool. Well, take good care of him and keep me posted. We're hanging out at Old Wauhatchie Pike Crossing on the joint line. In a what? Yeah, last Sunday that we were here, we were cooking with grease. It was so hot. 24 must be backed up because we got lots of out-of-town license plates today. It was really cooking for a while, but it's It's died off quite a bit now. All right, we're going to be here to probably 5:30, 5:45, then we're headed out to dinner with Casey. All right, I'll talk to you after a while. Be careful. And again, congratulations. See you later. Almost driving that truck, did y'all see? She gave us a great big wave.
251 line.
She's got her hands in the 4 o'clock, and let's see, that would be 4 and 8 o'clock position, the new way you're supposed to drive. So when the airbags go off and you're not using 10 and 2 and you get your arm broke, you stay down there at 4 and 8, and then it goes over your arm instead of your arm going in front of that airbag. Hey, Tony. Robert's back, yo. I gotta behave now. I can't talk bad about him anymore.
I've listened to your line.
Warren just got a letter today that he's being advanced into the next step of the interview for a conductor. That's pretty cool. So everybody, when you see Warren next time, A, congratulate him, and B, see how he's doing. And our signal's looking towards Chattanooga. We'll zip in on them for a different view. And John, there is your gypsum that they leaked and dripped all over when our train went through, headed to Bridgeport. It was splishing, splattering, and dropping. Looked like he drove through a great big mud pile or something. Puddles on the track. There you go. All right. There's a look at our signals where we have 5 of a kind. So if you pull that hand up in the poker game, somebody's going to be questioning that. That's one too many. And back to the crossing we go. We are right behind the gate arm. So when it goes down for that next train, you'll hear the mechanics of the arm release as it drops. Thank you everybody for jumping on. Thanks for all those thumbs up. Where we are live at Old Wauhatchie Crossing here in Wauhatchie, Tennessee, just outside of Chattanooga. And up there is Lookout Mountain. There you go. And that is the West Brow. Now, if that house looks big from here, how big do you think it is when you get up there? Those homes are on, like I said, what we call the West Brow, looking over Lookout Valley. Lots of rock, and the trees starting to come to life again. And the trees closest to us, down here where it's warmer, It's usually 10 degrees warmer down here, they say, on average. We're all kind of nice and green down here, where we have lots of yellow pollen. And yes, Tony, I wouldn't even want to volunteer for the property taxes up there. Robert's letting out air, and it's not because he's passing gas. He's thinking about how many zeros have to be on those property taxes. Ay, ay, ay. That's why I live down here on the poor side of the track. So for those of you just jumping on, live here on the Chattanooga Sub Line, or the Joint Line, where every train that goes east-west out of Chattanooga either passes right here or goes over on the back side of the CSX yard. So, pretty cool spot. Not exactly what you would call a luxury spot, because there are no bathrooms, no hot dog stand, no ice cream. But there are a few places that you can park and you're out of the way. And on the weekend, it's pretty quiet, except for when Interstate 24 is backed up. But during the week, this is one busy crossing. Excuse me, there's a number of warehouses just down the road to your right. And there is traffic all day long here. And if 24 has a problem, there's plenty more traffic all day long. So we're going to keep an eye on the signals here just past the bungalow. And listen to the scanner. And we're going to relax on this incredibly beautiful Sunday afternoon as we wave to the folks going by. Y'all pick out your favorite car that goes by. Hey, everybody in the car. Hey, look at all the ducks on that dash. Here comes the sun, the back of that Jeep says. It should say, here goes the ducks, as many ducks as they had. Oh, y'all, it's going to be 40 degrees tonight in Chattanooga. Going to have the heat on. If you bought new planks today, you might want to take them inside. I knew I should have waited. Going to check in with Casey back at the studio, see what's on the dinner menu tonight. You sure you don't want a chair?
I'm good. No.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get my strength back. That's why standing is good for me.
If you want, you can go up and down the hill about 33 times. I'll count them for you.
I got to eat with a guy that was Jerry Summers. It was a lawyer. He has a place on the west brow and the east brow up there. And he has a house in Somerville. That's where his family's from.
I love Somerville. Pretty little town. Oops.
He was actually the lawyer that they patterned that movie Midnight in the Garden of Evil down in Savannah. He did everything but the actually going to trial.
What's the movie about?
Never heard of it. It was a guy that killed his lover, and he got away with it.
Oh.
Kevin Spacey played the lead in that movie. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, that was the name of it. A friend of mine, she was a writer, and she was doing a feature story on him, and that's how I got to go and sit while she interviewed him. you're right. Property taxes up there are unreal, I bet.
Pretty Challenger.
Yes, it
Yeah, here, a CSX locomotive working over there in the yard. See any train that comes in and out of Chattanooga goes past here,
Right.
except the CSX train can bypass and get through over there. Coffee's Cliff. Everything that comes and goes on that side goes past there. This is kind of became the same concept, except it can go into the yard. So something coming down from Nashville can go in there and we don't see it. Or if they need to change crews, they can go in there, or they'll come up here and change crews.
Right.
And a lot of times they'll change up here, right back there.
I saw a couple of hobos down there right as you come up to the light almost on the right.
Today,
Yeah, they were going up on that hill up there. They had a little camp out set up. Yeah, I'm so glad I happened upon y'all.
sooner or later you run into everybody trackside.
Well,
Ron, you know, excuse me, we've been working on that question. Oh, it's a low chair. We've been working on that question for a while. And Ron's question is, and we see it at all the crossings, where the wires are welded to the track or attached to the track. At every crossing you can find some blue painted wires. Now, is that the hot? Is that the negative? Is that the contact? I have yet been able to find someone that can tell me why or what exactly the blue paint means. But there's blue paint there. Let's see if I can zip you all in on this. Hang on. Y'all don't get a headache. There. Right there is more blue paint. That's down on the AGS line. And it's on both sides of the crossing. So if John's still on, he might know. But it has something to do with the signals. And I asked a couple of railroad guys, they said, we don't do signals, so we don't know why it has blue paint. But you got blue there. As you can see, the nuts and bolts on the crossing gate that we are right behind. You can even see the ant crawling on there. There's somebody's old tire. And there is more blue paint where those wires are attached to the rail. Well, hi, Eugene. What's new in the world of paradise with you, sir? We're having a debate what blue paint means, where the wires are attached to the track.
it's the safety thing for workers to show them where joints are, that the electricity is, so that they don't get shocked.
All right, well, we have an answer. Robert looked it up, and it is a safety marking for the signal workers and train staff and track workers that there is electricity. Say that again?
Yeah, it says IBJs are designed to block the flow of electricity between sections of track, often used as signaling systems.
Okay, it's part of the signaling system, and they are used to block the electricity, the flow of electricity between certain segments of track. So, don't go down there and stick your tongue on it like you're checking a 9-volt battery, because I'm going to guess your day will not be one in paradise. So, that is a safety marking that electricity is present there, and it blocks current between a segment of the track. So maybe from that blue one to the other one, now we're all going to have to go to track school or signaling school so we can find out. But there you go. You know how many people I've asked, because I've been wondering that, because there's a bunch of it down in Dalton. And I've asked that question of many, many folks, including some train guys, and no one knew the answer. But I did get on the bungalow, or the signal box, the white light that you see on it, on the side of it, if the white light is solid, and we can't see it on this one because it's daylight, but if the white light is solid, that means it has power flowing to it. If the light is flashing on the bungalow, it means that the electricity to it has been interrupted and it is operating off of battery power. And if it has no light, that means there's a power problem to that crossing. So, what they didn't tell me is if there's no power, do the gates fail? There's a scary thought. But, signal box or bungalow? And the little white light? Yep, you guessed it, is the bungalow light. You can see this crossing gate has a total of 6 marking lights on it. If we didn't have the umbrella overhead because of radiant heat, there goes a locomotive moving over in the CSX yard on this side. Maybe he'll keep going. We'll see him here. Hang on. Let's zip in here real quick. Hang on, y'all. There's the test for the bug catching. Let's see if we get to see this locomotive come through over here. There's the CSX yard through those trees. Oh, you can just barely see the top of him going there. There he is. And there he goes behind the trees. Working over there in the CSX yard. CSX Wauhatchie. Hey you, how are ya? He's also the safety director manager too. He flies drones and does safety checks. Super nice guy. So for those of you wondering, Mike, what color are the lights? I'm going to show you. Eugene, was it a smelly trash train? We had the empty go by today while we were out in Ottawa, and even empty they stink, and it's not even hot out.
Well, it's your day. They got a switch job up north end at Shack, near the crew room. If you drop him off, you'll have to south into zero and help LA 40.
You got a ride, come down here, help DOT and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but that lady that just went by had the brightest green hair. Looked like St. Patrick's Day. So, we are green that way. Excuse me, we are all red that way. We took a little field trip down to the AGS line, and we are all red facing Chattanooga on this side. But we talk about all the time, all red on one side could be all green on the other side. The West Brow there at the top, where we were trying to guess, how much property taxes are. More zeros than my checkbook can handle, though, I'm gonna guess. For those of you that came on late or wasn't with me the last time we were here, there are car parks and crossing gate parks and flares and bulks, all kinds of stuff laying here, where someone ran into the crossing gate here in the past few weeks. And for those of you familiar with this crossing, the gate that had the inappropriate language on has been laid to rest over there in the grass. So it's now safe to bring your kids back to this crossing. And if you want a bent, broken, reflective gate, it's just laying there in the ditch. Nobody seemed to want it. Somebody moving in their U-Haul? Hate that idea, having to move. How many boxes does your life fit into?
Dispatcher. 360. Line. Get the pull away from Wildwood down the stop. Alright, you see the 360 third. Alright, coming to you guys as soon as I get this one into your on up north.
If we were in Decatur right now, we could see the Chicago and East Illinois going north in Decatur, Alabama, but we're not. So we're going to miss that one. The Reading on its way to Chattanooga Yard. Coming up the Atlanta North District. Y'all stay up late for that. It'll be in later tonight. Ain't right. How are you? Hey, Mama Bear. Mama Bear Roberts here, and he's waving back to you. Ain't right. Are you trackside? Hey, we were talking about doing some filming on the 25th at night out at Stevenson. It's a Friday night. If you don't have anything to do, you want to hang out and take some pictures, we'll be there Friday the 25th, depending on the weather, in Stevenson, Alabama.
On down here, we'll pull on track. We'll bring the 8 to Tucker Yard.
If you want to go someplace historic, I promise you, Stevenson is historic. That creaking sound is the crossing gate. Boy, wouldn't that be fantastic to have in your yard on trick or treat night? He was to the car wash today. His Suburban's nice and white. We're doing pretty good on our wave factor. We're about 93% today. Sure you don't want a chair?
I'm good.
All right.
Your
As
truck
long
is
as you're
just
good,
perfect.
I'm good. We aim to please.
I got my new phone yesterday, so I'm still learning to play with it.
Oh, I hate getting a new phone. Everything's so different.
Yeah, but the camera and everything's supposed to be way better than what I had.
I hate to write that.
So go eat breakfast this morning.
Well, Danny wanted to go to Cracker Barrel, but we couldn't even find a spot in the parking lot.
Wow.
And the parking lot spots that are supposed to be for the trucks and for the travel motorhomes and stuff, they were double and triple parked in those. So, since they were all standing outside looking in, we decided no. And we went to City Cafe, and they had a line, but since we were a two, we were able to get right in. So we ended up at City Cafe.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We have a horn. And tell you what, we're going to go ahead and make a little move here. Whoops, stubbed my toe. There's no Trans Am. We're gonna guess that horn is down on the AGS. So we're gonna get in a spot here where we can see him if he's coming into us. Like I said, we don't know because we're still red on our signal boards here on the joint line. There. All right, let's hope that horn is on the AGS and for us. Man, I just bent it back all 3 times. I need to get an old broom handle from work and cut the broom off and put it in it. Or find one that's substantial because since it bent so many times, plus it won't fit down in the hole. Live streams we just started sometime last summer. He has a full time just like I have a full time, and it's hard to find any time. And so Casey is very technology savvy. Technology and me do not fit in the same sentence at all.
We're related to it, 'cause it doesn't treat me either.
Now Robert and I both heard this horn. The only thing is, we don't know where it is. All we can tell you is it came from the right. So we made the assumption it's down on the AGS line. Hey, there goes the sheriff for Dade County, Georgia. We be in Tennessee at the moment. In case you all wanted to know where the gas line is, right there. In case you want to know where the rest of the crossing gate is, it's right here. And if you're the guy that owned or the person that owned the maroon car, there's pieces of your car all over the place here. There's a few nuts and bolts off the crossing gate. Right there. There's some of the crossing gate. That cast iron broke. And over here, there is some more. Let me find it here. And there's some more of the crossing gate where that broke. And like I said, there's maroon car parks, a little bit of here. Kind of like what Ahmed said. Over there, up here, down there, all over here. And then here is where the old gate lies. Or part of it. That's not all of it, but part of the old gate's there. If y'all need a boat anchor and you want to collect things along the track, I wouldn't want to guess how heavy that is, but I guarantee you that make one heck of a good boat anchor. And we're going to back up here just a tad. Now we're going to have to reevaluate being level again. Sorry there to move you all around. Now we got noise to the left. Robert and I are like, what direction is it? It's everywhere. How cool was that, you guys? First of all three, Elphick style, making their way towards Bridgeport. 1, 2, 3 sets of whiskers, all facing forward, and a pair of dash 9s. Whoa! He wasn't here for a long time, but by golly, we had a good time with that one. How cool was that, you guys? Crash, you're right. We are at one of my favorite spots too. I love it out here. So peaceful, beautiful, quiet, usually all kinds of excitement, where we just caught one really cool train on the joint line headed towards Nickajack Lake onto Bridgeport. 3 NS Sex of Whiskers, all elephant style with 2 -9s in the second and third position. Now that was cool. Woo! That was even exciting. I hope you're half as excited as I am. Makes me want to take this old crossing gate home. And then Mrs. S would say, hey, take it right back where you got it. So that was a fantastic catch. Hey, Wright, are you trackside today? Crash, how about you? Jonathan, you're right, Gakes. And when this poor signal got hit, it knocked that one loose. Check it out. Every time the Gakes, let's see if I can get up here far enough. Zoom me out just a little bit. That was hanging on by a piece right there. Every time the Gakes go up, it wobbles and carries on. It's got one little screw holding that on. Where we've got a total of 6 lights on this crossing. Actually, it's kind of 5.5 since one's not all the way. Well, that was a nice surprise. Take you back to the signal lights, where we are looking towards Chattanooga, here on the joint line. And we have enough red to look like a fire truck. All right, I'm going to touch base with Casey. Thank you, everyone, for all those thumbs up. For those of you just now joining, we are live here at Old Wauhatchie Pike Crossing in Wauhatchie, Tennessee, just outside Chattanooga. Yes, Crash, but the R-rated message is now laying over here in the bushes. You can now bring your kids to the gate, and there's no R-rated on the gate anymore. We have cleaned up the crossing just for you, sir. All right, everybody, we are going to start our countdown. Sorry there. We are going to have to go ahead and start. We are meeting Casey for our Sunday business dinner. Every Sunday we meet somewhere and catch up with where we are, how we are, what we're doing, and why we're doing. And while we have Horn, my first belief is the one that just passed us. But in my hopefulness, it's one coming our way that's going to have to hold here. In the meantime, we are going to go ahead and get packed because we have to go pick Mrs. S up. We didn't make it to Cracker Barrel because there's more people in that parking lot than there were at the Atlanta Braves Stadium. Although I hear from Adam that the Braves are not doing too well this year. I can neither confirm nor deny that truth because I do not keep up with baseball. Here comes a Hallcon car. Hallcon. Hey, we got a honk from the Hallcom car. All right. Hallcon number 2472 on his way to CSX Wauhatchie Yard. He's going to make a left turn right on the other side of those trees. Coming back from a hotel run or whatever. And earlier today when the gypsum train went through here on its way to Bridgeport, to the plasterboard place, it dripped all over. I hope there's still stuff in those cars by the time they get there. It was all, looked like it was raining chalk. Cluttered up our nice clean crossing. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and pack. And I do believe if we don't hear a horn in the next couple minutes, we are going to have to end the live, go pick up Mrs. S, and if I don't see you later tonight, which don't hold your breath, there's a very, very tiny chance we will see you tomorrow after work. In the meantime, while we listen for that horn, I'm going to go ahead and keep packing production 6. As you look at the west brow, way up there, Tony's still got his calculator out, trying to determine how much would our property tax be if we moved up there. Now just think, you guys are on 5 times magnification. I wonder how big that is when you get there. And then you guys calculate the property tax. That's what we were doing earlier for those of you not with us. And here's another one we were talking about. Right, hang on, I'll get you there. Right there. And again, excuse me, that is 5 times magnification. That is a long ways away from here. That is one beautiful home. I would not want to be the one that has to do windows, especially on the 2nd and 3rd story, or chop all the wood for all those chimneys. But the view has to just be breathtaking from up there. So if any of y'all want to adopt Danny and I, just come on down here and get us. We'll take the east wing, the west wing. We don't care as long as we get a wing. And I don't have to pay the property tax because then I'll have to move out. Oh, how beautiful. Lookout Mountain, you guys. All of you at some point in your life have had to have been up there because Rock City, Ruby Falls, and the Incline are America's place to stop here in Chattanooga. So back to the crossing with Robert and I while I pack. Part's not too bad. It's when we have the lights out that it takes forever.
Oh, yeah.
That could bunch of back. Especially if we use the inverters.
I don't wear my shirts today. My wife had it in the washer and we ready to go to dry. My neighbor across the street got a kick out of it. I was cutting bushes.
Yeah.
He said, that thing gets there 5 minutes for you do. I said, no, that's my belly.
I forget where we were. We were trackside somewhere, and there was a number of folks that had them on. They look like a whole bunch of orange crayons got out of the box.
Have you ever been up to Nemo to the tunnel?
Don't even know where a Nemo is.
It's up.
Sounds like a submarine movie.
It's where you go up to through Hickson and on up that way, like you're going to Danville.
Yeah.
But there's a big tunnel up there, but it's a hike out to it.
Oh, well, if there's a hike involved, no, I'm not gonna go.
I understand, me either.
Haven't been there, not gonna go there. Time I lug all this
It's
stuff
one of
there.
the last tunnels still active on the rat hole right now.
Yeah, I'll send Jesse up there. He likes to hike. He can cover more ground than a rabbit in a hurry. Amazing how fast he is.
I appreciate you letting me hang out with you this afternoon. I'm enjoying it.
Any place I go, you can come hang out. Like I said, the more the lead, the more the fun.
Well, it's just like being, I learned so much from you and the guy from Florida. I learned stuff from him, Danny Harmon.
Always one more thing to learn. It's like the conversation about the blue paint. That's been a question for a while, and nobody's
Well,
had
I've
the
wondered
answer.
about it myself, and I never looked it up. I just happened to be in there.
It's funny, I looked it up, but I didn't find the answer. When you looked it up, you found the answer.
Well, even a blind squirrel can find a nut before every once in a while. I've got a BCDN 160. I'm having trouble trying to figure out how to load the signals that you.
I hate them.
That sounds like a winner.
Now, I can give you the channel I have.
I've got the channels you put up on the screen.
Oh, okay, you've got all those. Again, electronics and me.
Give me both. Well, I hope you have a good evening. Have a good
All
meeting.
right.
I'll see you.
I'll be
see you.
someplace tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll watch you tomorrow. I
I'm gonna-
might go Friday night if I get a chance.
And if that'll be the 25th
Right.
that we're gonna go over there and do that. Plan on that.
That's 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. And because this weekend's Easter.
Right.
All right, you be safe. You be careful. I'm gonna tell everybody
I got to
bye.
tell you a funny story.
Oh, tell me.
I used to be a runner before I got sick and everything, and run marathons. I had a friend of mine. She worked at Airline. She used to go over Reflection Riding and run up the trail.
Right over here.
Yeah, but there's a trail that goes up the mountain. Well, she got halfway up and found these clothes, and it was these kids from a college, a cross-country team, and they'd take their clothes off and run and went get up to the top. She grabbed all her clothes, turned around, and looked there. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
Had a good action today?
It's been a little slow.
A little slow?
Slower, definitely slower than normal.
Yeah.
Last Sunday we couldn't count them all.
Good night.
Well, actually, I think it was 2 Sundays ago I was here.
Yeah.
We couldn't count them all. And it was fantastic, but today's been a little off.
Yeah.
But it's like fishing. The fish are always down there. You just don't know whether they're going to
That's
bite
right.
or not.
That's right. How you doing?
How
Good.
far you ride?
12, 15 miles. Not too bad.
Just getting ready to end the live.
Okay, cool. I was wondering if you caught anything.
We just caught 2 -9s. We had container train go out with tankers in the back, and he had 3 up front, all elephant style, which is unusual, and 2 of them were -9s. That was a nice catch.
Yeah, with the -9s, for
Yeah.
sure.
You watch the channel?
I do.
Good.
Yeah, I got your card one time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one Sunday, probably about 2 months earlier.
You do this all the time?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to live vicariously through you.
Well,
I already feel like I worked
Well,
out.
I'm living vicariously through you to
Okay.
see the train.
We balance out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this, but I'm going to try and do this on Sunday afternoons.
Nice.
Because you
I
got
missed
the
you last
sun-
couple of weeks because I come out here and I usually come out here. I usually turn right down there on that T And I'm like, I'll come up here and see if there's any.
You come hang out anytime we're here.
Oh,
The more the merrier.
good.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm going to finish up the live because, oh, here comes the, hey everybody, here comes the honk-on car again. Bet you he gives us another honk. Yep, we got another honk and a wave. Woo! And we got more visitors.
Hello,
Your first name is?
Robert.
Robert is with Robert, and Robert both say hi to y'all.
Hey.
So you got a double Robert factor, you guys. All right, everybody, Mrs. S is hungry. It's time for our Sunday meeting that we do every week. We kind of go over where Rail Moments is at, what all's happened during the week. Hey kid, yes, I saw Mama Bear earlier. I hope you guys are doing well. Everybody, it's been fun, it's been real, and it has been a lot of real fun. And we faced off with a cool train. Robert rode all the way out and he rides 12 to 15 miles all the time. I told him just keep riding. I feel better every time I watch him go by. Vicariously watching all that exercise makes me hungry and tired. I'm going to sleep well tonight and I'm going to have a good dinner. Everybody, tomorrow, Trackside in the afternoon, sometime after 4, maybe Ottawa, and then Tuesday we may try and go back down to Dalton. But thanks for all the likes, thanks for being on, and I hope you had a good time. If you didn't, don't tell anybody, as I always tell you, that's got to be a secret. And come on back and you'll have a good time the second time. Invite everybody you know, and we'll just continue to have fun right here on Rail Moments, Trackside with all of you guys. Have a good evening. See you at the next crossing.
See you, Mike. I gotta run.
You take care. I'm right behind you. Robert, you be careful.
Good, sir. I'll keep your lights going.
Please.
Yeah.